Hey YouTube, and thank you for watching Junkworks DIY Garage. Well, I got this sent to me in the mail here. It's the BERRYMAN Professional Chem Dip Carburetor and Parts Cleaner. Because, as you know, I had a fiasco with my Mustang carburetor, and I don't want to have that fiasco anymore. Along with, I'm going to be doing my motorcycle carburetors hopefully here pretty soon. Now, I went the cheap route. I already have this here, which is similar to a metal coffee can. It's actually instant non-fat dairy milk, kind of one of those lasts forever. I'll tear this off of here. I will make sure I mark this with Chem Dip here, or what it is. And I'm going to use this. I also already have some strainers and things that fit like perfectly in here. So you can buy this in a kit already in something like this. It has a little bucket. If you don't have stuff to put it in already, or you're not as cheap as I am, go buy that. But this was quite a bit cheaper. I'll put the price below. And I'm going to go ahead and try one more time on my Mustang carburetor to see if I can fix it and make it work. But I've kind of got low hopes on that, but we'll see. Alright YouTube, round 2 with my carburetor for my Mustang. Now I'm just going to throw this top part in for now. In fact, I'm going to get it in here. I'm going to throw that in that way. And dump the BERRYMAN in here and just fill her up. I have no idea if this is going to be good, bad, or otherwise, or what it's going to do. I have safety glasses on. It doesn't smell horrid, but might want to... In fact, I'm noticing something here. It kind of almost looks like this might need to be shaken up a little bit here before I dump any more in here. I'm going to read some directions. Note to self, I should read directions more often. But it does say do not agitate, do not aerosol, or any of that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to keep pouring around in here. But it does say don't store on concrete or metal. And this has been sitting on a metal table for a while. It says put it on plastic or wood. So hopefully I didn't mess something up. Alright, well that covered that up. Still got a little bit more inside here. Says to let soak for 15 to 30 minutes, I believe is what I read. Yep, 15 to 30 minutes or longer if necessary. So I'm gonna get the air out, put the lid on here, gonna check the time and come back in probably 20 minutes or somewhere around there. Got some gloves on here, we're ready to go. I'm gonna pull it on out. Put this just over the pan here. It'll hopefully do that. Alright, and then it says to go rinse it off with water. Definitely look at the chalky stuff that was on here. Hopefully you watched my last video where I pretty much ruined this thing. There's definitely still a little bit, but it's not as bad. I'm going to go rinse it off, and we'll go from there. I took and I rinsed it off. I left the sticker on here just kind of on purpose, and it didn't totally eat up the sticker, but it did come off, and you can see that protected it from the last stuff some. But that did finish the sticker off, so if you're looking for originality, you're definitely wanting to go somewhere else. But it does seem like it cleaned it up pretty good, and it's still got where that last stuff kind of ate through it, all through this bottom edge right here. But on the inside it's not that bad, so I don't know. I think I am going to go ahead and dump the rest of the parts in here. It says don't put any plastics. You'll have to read the instructions, but says what to and not to do, and what to put in, what not to put in. But I'm going to tear it apart a little bit more and go ahead and throw the rest of it in there. I definitely got rid of that white chalky stuff. I thought that's what was here, but I think it was just the sticker that was kind of coming off in this area is all it was. So so far it hasn't hurt it any worse, we'll put it that way. In fact, there's some plastic right here that I probably should have taken off. Too little too late. Well, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that, see if it goes away. I'm gonna have to buy some parts that I definitely ruined on this anyhow at some point. So for now, we're gonna keep going forward on this carburetor and see if we can revive it. Here's this is where the butterflies were at. This was in here and the butterflies are in here. Now, something that some people may or may not know, but I thought I should probably film this part. First of all, there was a nut on this side over here with this little arm attached to it. That's pretty self-explanatory. But the other thing is that these go in through the middle here. Now, I had some trouble getting one of these in and out, so it definitely is either bent or, see, that one slides in pretty nice there. So I don't know if this one is bent or is having more corrosion than the other one or what, but regardless, those come in and out like that. Just you pop the screws out, and be some brass screws in there, and pop those out, and then those come out. Now those have to come out through the bottom part here, because if you try and bring them that way, you're going to hit stuff. So just something I thought I maybe should throw in there. I got it pretty well all torn apart. I took several pictures with my phone just to make sure I get the right parts and pieces back where the right parts and pieces need to be. So I'm going to dump this in the chem dip and we'll see how things go. Now, I've already torn everything else apart off of this thing. I did do a video on kind of tearing the rest of it apart, but these little parts, they're just little, if there's a little, whoop, I just dropped one. If there's a little C-clip on it like that, you know, you pop those off. There was one of these right here, which was on the arm that sticks out. Took pictures of that and what side. So that's a little bit different. You just got to pry out on the end of that and it pops off. Sometimes you may have to buy a new one of these. I may see if I can get one, because once you use these, they're kind of a one-time only use usually. Pretty well just, if there was something that could be popped off, I popped it off. Now we got a empty shell here and a bunch of parts and pieces that I need to kind of go through and make sure there's no plastic or anything on these, and I'm going to dunk them in my chem dip over there. Well, YouTube, unfortunately that did not work. That carburetor's toast, so I gotta figure out what I want to do. Right now I'm actually leaning towards just getting a aftermarket 2-barrel cheapy Amazon carburetor, if nothing else, to do a video and see if it works. Plus it's cheap. It's a cheap way to get this thing back running, and that's my first goal for this Mustang, is going to be to get it just running. So yet again, I wouldn't say it's the product's fault that it didn't happen. I think that carburetor, I really don't know, even if I had started with this from the beginning, would have been good enough to make that carburetor run again. It's pretty caked up in there regardless. So and then I just went and made it worse. So this is the end of this one. Keep an eye out. I am going to use this product for my carburetors for my motorcycle. So those of you that are waiting on those videos, unfortunately they're probably going to be a little longer, but hopefully we'll be able to get on that here sometime, probably this winter, because the summer's about over. And I went yet another summer without my Mustang or my motorcycle. So I got a product coming pretty soon that I'm hoping will help me get some of my projects done, so keep an eye out for that video. It's a pretty big one. Well, thanks for watching Junkworks DIY Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and I'm obviously master of none. You all have a good one.